What's up, Blue Chips? Welcome to the Friday night live stream. It's going to be a little bit of a free-for-all, and as you can see, we are so close to 1,000 subs. Not exactly sure what happened, but we were at 983, I think it was, this morning, and I don't know what happened, but over the course of the afternoon and the evening, we're getting pretty close. So let's see if we can get there. Let's get to it. Sorry if you can hear my Roomba in the background. Not exactly sure why I didn't stop it. But if you can, I will go ahead and get rid of it. But for now, I think it's fine. If you guys get annoyed, just let me know. So yeah, 997. Have no idea what happened. I don't know if like YouTube accidentally was hiding some subs and just decided to put them through. Kind of reminds me of when I went on vacation back in September. That was kind of weird. It was like 100 subs in it was almost like a couple days, and that just came out of nowhere. I think that was from 500 to 600 because I was getting ready to do the 500 sub giveaway, and then all of a sudden we were just like skyrocketed past that to like 600. It was crazy. Or actually, I think we were getting ready to do the 400 sub giveaway. That's what it was. And we were like, right as I was about to go on vacation, we were coming up on 500 subs like 2 days later. I was like, what just happened? But so, I mean, this isn't that. I still don't understand. I probably should have went back and looked at the analytics for that. I think I did at one point, and I still couldn't figure out like what happened. There was no like one specific video that really like went off. Most of the subs said it came from like the actual YouTube, like just my front page. So it wasn't like a specific video that was making people subscribe. And I to this day have no idea why those came out of nowhere like they did, but neither here nor there. I see there's so far only 5 people here. So obviously we'll have to get some people to kind of chime in here. So I guess to start things off, we'll kind of go over my trades. There was really nothing special. It was actually a bit of a frustrating day. Nothing really fit my edge. What's up, Mr. Sir Kenobi? I haven't talked to you in so long. I just naturally went to Mr. instead of Sir. Circuit, by the way, what's up, man? Go 7. If you guys are still in here, nice to see you guys as usual, I should say. But just to get this out of the way real quick, this was an intense move. The volume wasn't, that great, but it was there. Better than anything else I could see. The one I really wanted to trade today was Rad, but we just had no shares available on this thing. And to be completely honest, knowing my edge, it never really gave us a real entry. Minus this first push, this was really the only time where we would have felt comfortable getting into a trade. And if you notice, it's probably the one time it didn't even come close to working. So we had previous resistance down here, and look at this move. So unless we really top tick this thing up here, let's see if I can, there we go. So unless we really top tick this thing around the 1330 area, it did end up coming back down to, let's see, around right around 13 before ripping up. But if you got in this move anywhere like in here and you were trying to average up, you might have gotten out like break even if you bottom tick this thing as it pulled back, but you didn't really get too much of a pullback before this thing kept ripping. So you might have ended up stopping out high of day. You would have been ticked off because it started to come back down, but then it would have made you happy again because it didn't end up coming all the way down, and it just kept ripping. And we look for runs through previous resistance and really extending itself away. And as you notice, every time it went high of day, it never really extended itself. It just kind of went through, pulled back, went through, pulled back, went through, and it really only got to here, pulled back, went through, pulled back, and then it's kind of consolidated here, and then went through, pulled back, went through, pulled back, went through, pulled back. It was just what it did the whole way up, all the way up to high where it hit a high day of $15. That's all it did. It never extended itself through a previous resistance. So it never really gave us like a really good entry. The only play here I feel would have been on like in this general area, because as you can see, it really started to extend itself more than it did away from VWAP and, just its general area of VWAP. You can kind of see as this was happening, you could see it extending much more than it did down here. And there wasn't really any real pullback. Like there was the pullbacks, but this was the first one where it really kind of extended itself away. And as you can see, look at these red bars, look at these red bars, and then look at these red bars. So you really get that extension away. It starts to get oversold or overbought, really extended away, and then bam, you get that drop off. So that was really the only time I felt like it would have been a good play. However, like if on this move here, when it broke this high of day, if this would have went straight to 15, that would have been a great play. But it just never really gave us, what we were looking for. Be right back. You ask, you shall receive, but you got to take it right from my mouth. Yeah, for all you guys tuning in, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, hit it. We are there. We are finally there. I wanted to hit this by the end of the year. Now I want to hit it before Christmas. I feel like we might get it by, hopefully by Christmas, right? 3 subs. I don't know. Again, I was telling everybody earlier, I don't know what happened. But it was around like 3:30. I just like randomly got like 2 or 3 subs. I think we started at 8. It was like 8:83, I think, this morning. I don't quite remember. And then just pretty much all evening, it's just been kind of steadily 2 or 3 here, or 2 or 3 there. And now we're sitting at 997. I don't know if people are starting to see that we're close and they just want to help out and get us there, but let's go. Be a nice little Christmas present. So, anyways, back to CAG is what I was calling it. The only reason I took this trade was because of LYV yesterday. Oops. So LYV yesterday got us good, right? This move got us. We fought this thing the whole way. We already talked about that in my video yesterday. Don't really want to talk about it now. It actually made a pretty nice move here at the bell too. But as you can see, well, geez, look at all that volume in the after hours. Holy crap. Let's zoom in here just to see what the volume looked like. So there was some pretty good volume too. 936 candle. That was on that candle. Dang. Wish I would have saw that. I would have tried to get some of my money back from it. But anyways, this one kind of bit us yesterday. And we were looking to trade something today and not go into the weekend with that being our last trade of the week. So didn't really want to go into the weekend feeling pretty salty from that trade. So if you didn't catch it live, what we were looking at here was the extension away from VWAP on, decent volume. It wasn't that great. We had traded this the day before, so we knew that the float was good. And we had some good resistance, up above. So what we were looking at here was, as it was coming up to here, we were already pretty extended. It felt like it was slowing down, and we were looking for it to just kind of use this area from almost the bell yesterday as resistance. And it kind of went right through. We actually had to add order sitting at 34.45 right there. and it didn't quite get there. The reason we felt good there is because we were looking for it to have resistance here at 50 as well. Just, $0.50, and we had the resistance from yesterday there as well. And our final ad would have been at high of day from yesterday. So that was the idea of the trade, the 1-1-2 process. So we were looking to start it here. If it wanted to continue, add at 45. And if it wanted to continue through, add right around 70 and kind of risk off of that area, assuming, we stop. But as you can see, we never even got that far. And because we only got our entry position, as we realized that it wasn't attempting to go higher and it got denied, we actually looked to add to our position to put on a little bit more risk and then use high of day of 34.40 as our risk off. As you can see, it tried to pop up against this a little bit there. It got denied and pretty much right at that resistance from yesterday. And we came down and it kind of felt like it just did not want to go down and test that 34 area. And as you can see on this candle, we didn't get down below 34.10. And usually when you see those single digits, you feel a little bit more comfortable that we're going to actually go down and test that whole dollar area. But we didn't get that. And this was a pretty big red candle. And I was paying attention to it in the moment, obviously. So when we started to get this little bit of a bounce back, it tried one more time, 34.14, and then it started to go up. And, I told myself that if I saw 34.20 pop up, I was going to jump out because that was the bottom of these two candles. And if we got above the bottom of those two candles, I thought we might, start to get a little bit of a push back up. So we took off half our position there. And as you can see, that was the top of that candle. It literally got to 34.20, and that was where we covered. And it came right back down, and we ended up taking another half of our position pretty much right at, we actually got 34.08 because the spread was a little crappy on this stock as well. But the bid was down there at 34, and the ask was up at 34.08. So we covered some there because I didn't put an order out. So now we had 50 shares left, and I actually put a stop right above 20 here because obviously we had this line here now that if we went above 20, the odds are it was going to, try to make its way back up, as you can see it did over here. But what we were looking at was the grand picture here. Look at this move from yesterday. We were hoping that with the remaining 50 shares that we had, that we could break this 34 area, break VWAP, and kind of downtrend on the bottom side of VWAP. So that was the thought process. So once we got under 34, I decided to just put a 20-cent trailing stop on it. And it got down to about 92. And so when it got back up to 34.14, that's where we got stopped out, 34.14. So we must have had a 2-cent slippage there because the sucky part is my stop ended up lining up right with this key little resistance area. So right when it got to that point, looks like it shot up all at once. It probably hit some stop orders right here, and it probably just skipped my order and gave me some slippage there. So it is what it is. That happens. But obviously a little disappointing because we didn't get that continuation that we were looking for, because I wanted to take it so bad down at VWAP, and I told myself no, because I knew if I did, this thing would have just went below VWAP and just fell over. That's just what happens. And when I don't, this is what happens. So, it is what it is. I need to continue to keep leftovers because I always leave so much money on the table. I was pretty much guaranteed a green trade here as long as I was smart with my stop, and, is what it is. Real quick let me see what he said. Why not a full ad to get a full position? You were going to get out at high day to maximize the trade. That is true. And that is a good thought process. The reason I didn't was because of yesterday, to be completely honest with you. I was trying to keep my share size a little bit smaller today, didn't want it to get out of hand, wasn't in the mood to really kind of put my nerves at, any kind of high stress levels today. I just, like I said, I kind of forced this trade as it was. I don't think it was a bad trade idea, but it's not a trade that you normally see me take. Same with this one. I picked literally the 2 out of 3 trades that I would have possibly taken in the past. And of course, the one I picked was completely wrong. We came up here. Let's get rid of the rest of these lines. So the second trade idea, I was literally done for the day. I was getting ready to do my video for the day, and I was like, this is kind of coming up. I saw this double top and get rejected, and then I saw it coming back up to this triple top, and I was like, well, and it slowed down right here. That's the only reason I jumped in, and it was only for like 10 seconds, and then it shot up. But I got in with the mentality that I was either going to be right or right out, because I was using the 3440 area, just assuming it would not go through, and I put my stop at 3441. However, as you can see, my cover was at 3446 because it literally skipped my order at 3441, and it was just sitting there because it was a limit order. So I didn't get filled. It went straight through, and it just kind of sat there at 45.46 for a second. I was seeing if maybe it would come back down so I could try to at least get 41, but it didn't seem like it wanted to. So I just hit the button, and as I hit the button, it shot right up to 50. As you can see, the high of the candle was 51, and it just kind of chilled there. So, and it never came back down to 41 for the rest of the day. So a little irritated there, but and then it made this move. And if you guys remember, I had this line drawn. So the first, you could play the double top. I tried to play what would have been the triple top. And then you have the high of day from yesterday, which is a good, spot for resistance. And I literally was talking in the chat saying I would take this. I should have took this trade versus this trade. And I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, of course I'm going to watch this, and it's going to work. And literally, as I said that, it just went poof. Like, what was that, 30 cents? 20? It was almost 30 cents. And I was just like, ugh, you got to be kidding me. But that was literally when I had told everyone in the Discord, I was like, I'm done. I'm just going to, obviously stop looking at everything because it was getting late on a Friday anyway, so I knew the volume was going to die up, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that was my 2 trades from today. After commissions, pretty much break even. So we ended up making $7. I gave a bunch of it back on this trade here. So a little frustrating there, but it is what it is, and we're going to move on. I keep saying is what it is, but so that was my trades. The SPY, I guess we can take a look at the SPY. Thomas, hopefully I answered your question there. If you have any more detailed questions about that, I mean, I totally agree with you. If you're going to add like that and risk off high a day, you can kind of do the math in your head real quick and just, put the full risk on. But I really just kind of took half the risk and just added what my starter position was, just because I wasn't trying to lose too much if I did. So that's really all it was. Kind of a W pattern here on the SPY. Like, it kind of just jumps out at you. A little bit of a descending triangle here into this big wash, and then you get the W. You guys ever hear of the Batman pattern? Maybe I'll just make that up and call it a thing. Look at this. It kind of looks like Batman, doesn't it? Instead of a head and shoulders where the shoulders are lower than the head, the shoulders are higher than the head. It kind of looks like a bat. Anybody have any questions? I think CRCT, you still in here? Mr. Circuit Coin? Been following Circuit obviously since the beginning. They are still doing some exciting things even in the off season. I don't know if maybe they want to make it rain a little bit, but I don't know if anybody is actually in their Discord. But if you are, and Jonathan's here, I'm gonna make him make it rain for, I don't know, I would say like just 30 seconds. Let's see. I'm gonna go in there and rain all my coin just for fun. I always save it up a little bit now just so that I can make it really go. Oops. I need to learn how to type. 399. It's a interesting number. Boom. Make it rain. So this is a free-for-all, guys, live stream Friday night. Let's get some questions, get some comments. What do you guys want to talk about? Happy holidays, first of all. A lot of guys are probably going to take next week off. I will be here. It'd be silly for me not to try to trade because the wife will be home all next week. So why not try to jump on and get something done, even if it is just for like the first half hour of every day when we'll probably get the most volume. Just try to find that play. If it's there, we can play it. If not, then we're not going to force anything. But it'd be silly for me to not get on when I can have, like 90+% focus, when on a normal day I don't have even like 50-60% focus. So I'm actually pretty excited to trade when the wife's off. And school is over for the year for my oldest, so we have him for a whole 12 days. So that should be fun. But I also have my wife for the next 12 days, right? Yeah. Weekend, all 5 days, weekend, and then New Year's is, I think she might go in on Monday the 30th. And then I think she's off 30, or I don't know. I think she took those days off. I don't know. I have to ask her, to be honest. She has PT. I'm seeing if she wrote it in here. No, she didn't. Honestly, don't know. Adachi coming through, making it rain. I know you're in here too. Just don't like to talk. Nobody's talking to me tonight. There's 12 of you here. Let's get some engagement. That's one thing I wish I had a little bit more on my videos. I love talking to you guys. I love answering questions. So don't feel afraid to jump in. There's no stupid questions. If you guys are in the Discord, you'd know that by now. We always are having conversations. We're always trying to learn together, right? I am still learning. As you can tell from yesterday, I'm not, one of the best traders that there is. I'm literally just starting this journey. Hopefully 5 years from now, we'll all still be here. The core guys, I want to just still be here, all trading, all making money. Because in 5 years, if we're still doing the same thing, we will be making money, because that's what this is all about. It's all about just gaining experience. Anytime you start a new job, it's going to take time to get really good at it. But if you actually want it to work, you're going to make it work. So what have you changed in your process so that another LVY, I'm assuming you're saying, doesn't happen? So let me switch over to my new setup. I kind of briefly went over it in the live stream today. But one thing that I realized that I stopped doing, and it's part of my plan, is to look at the daily. It's literally on my sticky. Let me make sure you guys can read this. So these are the things that I'm supposed to do. The try the trailing stop, that was from a while ago. And I mean, I still try to do that, like I did today actually. But so look left on the daily, check the float, and check the range from previous big days, which is on the daily. And obviously check the range. That one kind of reminds me to just obviously check the range intraday as well. So on my old setup, I had 3 charts. For some reason, I was convinced that I needed to have 3 charts on my screen. But I started to realize that I was never trading more. Oops. Wrong button, sorry. Let's check that just out of curiosity. Probably went down. No. People are like, no, I don't want them to hit 1,000. What was I trying to bring up? Oh, that's right. So I just, to get 3 charts on my screen, I had to take the daily off my screen. And it naturally, over time, like to get to the daily, I would, bring up a chart. And as, it was happening, I totally forgot to save this, by the way. Hold on one sec. I like having the previous day high, but having the high from 2 days ago, it kind of screws with your charts sometimes, even though it's not making either of these much better. But so I wouldn't look at the daily. So just to bring up LYV, for instance, and why is that not linked? Oh, because I typed it in the chart. So LYV, this had a huge drop the day before. It was like last Friday. So when it started making this move that it made in yesterday afternoon, if I would have looked at the daily when it was in the 67 area, because our first entry was at 67. Look at 67 on the daily over here. 67 is right here. So that was where our entry was. Look at it on the daily. There's nothing to the left on the daily. I mean, there is some resistance here, believe it or not. I noticed that later. But if you're zoomed in a little bit, there's nothing here that indicates that 67 is going to be any kind of resistance. And on top of that, the Friday before, it just gave back a huge amount. So when some kind of news comes out, which obviously something came out for this move to happen, if I would have looked at the daily, I would have realized that there's no way that I'm touching this thing until it's up into where it previously was, because whatever this was obviously is being corrected, and the price action is most likely going to come back up to this area. And as you can see, what happened is it literally went straight up to that area with pretty much no pullbacks and consolidated there right around that 70 area. Right in here. You can see the line as it goes right straight through. So being caught with your first entry down here at 67 and fighting this thing all the way up here, you can only imagine. If I would have just had the daily up, if I would have had this setup that you're looking at right now, I feel that this trade wouldn't have happened. Because what was happening is, sorry, how do I get out of it without making a line? I guess I can't. What I was doing when I had the 3 charts up on my screen is we're on the 2-minute. I would have to, as the move is happening, go to the daily, look at the daily, and come back to the 2-minute. So I think over time, I just realized that I have such a high percentage, probability when there's a big move. I always say the more intense the move, the weaker the trend. But it doesn't mean you just ignore everything else, because everything else does play a factor into every trade. And one of my core things, as you saw on my sticky note, is to look left on the daily. And I didn't do that in LYV. So really what it comes down to, Bish, is to go back to exactly what was working. And to look at my layout now, I have 2 charts, 2 dailies on both, and 2 montages. So just 2 of everything that I need instead of 3. And I have my daily back on both charts. And now I can just go back to what was working. It really is that simple, because I went back and I looked, and with 3 charts, I was never trading 3 stocks at once. So there was no need for me to have 3 stocks at once. Trading 2, I get a little anxious while I'm trading 2 at the same time. So until I can even get comfortable trading 2, I don't need that 3rd chart. It's way more beneficial for me to have the daily up. And so to answer your question, that's what it was. My big change is getting the daily back on my screen. So hopefully that will be where we are. So on to the next question. Circuit asks, what are your goals going into 2020? My goals going into 2020 are actually fairly simple. To keep climbing. I already have long-term goals set, which are to get to $10,000 in my account. When I get to $10,000, we're going to scale up from our current quota to double that quota. Then when we get from 10,000 to 15,000, we're going to go up another 15 or 50% there instead of 100%. Since we're, started at 5, 10, 15, and then when we get to 20, technically we'll be double from what 10 was, so it'll just be another 50% off of, the 15,000, and so forth. So every time we hit one of those 5,000 markers in our account, we're going to scale up that 50% with our share size. So everything's going to scale up together. So nothing changes. The risk will always be the same for the account, minus stupidity trades like I made yesterday. So, I mean, obviously, and one of the coolest things was posting that video yesterday. That wasn't the coolest thing, but after posting that video yesterday, just the outreach from you guys, some people that, know me from different streams, whether it be Discord, Facebook, Instagram, all the different outlets I have here in social media. just having people come to me, and some people that are actually very successful right now. I didn't mention Twitter. That was another one. Sorry, social media. That they came to me. They're successful traders, and they say, "Hey, Tim, like this happens. Shake it off. Like move on. Just get over it. It happens. Like it even." And they would say, "It still happens to me. Like these days, just happen. No matter why it happened. Don't worry about why it happened. It happened. Just forget about it. It's not you. It's not a trend. It's just it was a mistake. Just let it go. Move on. Like just be mad. Go hit the punch. Go hit the heavy bag for a little bit, and be done with it." So when my way of doing that, I do have a heavy bag. I didn't go hit it because it's freezing cold outside and it's in the shed. But I simply just got mad at myself. Tempted to just get even more mad at myself. And one of the best pieces of advice I got was from my mentor. He said, just get so mad at yourself to the point where you just start laughing. And it's so true. The more and more I tried to get mad at myself about how stupid I was in the trade, the more and more it became funny. It became funny at how stupid I was and how arrogant I realized I was getting with my trading, that it made me realize, hey, this was just a bad trade. I had a lot of things going on, which aren't excuses. If anything, it's an excuse to why it was a bad trade that I shouldn't have never been in the first place. If you're tired, you're not mentally focused, you have other things going on, you shouldn't be trading. So that was, mistake number one, and that's on me. It has nothing to do with all those things. Sure, they're going on and they could cause you to trade bad while you're in a trade, but you should have never been in the trade in the first place, right? So you just take all those things, get mad, then just let it go, right? That's why they have them like smash house places. So you can go in there and smash it and just be done with it. So goals for 2020, obviously with the YouTube channel, we're getting close to 1,000 subs. That's awesome. Would love to continue to grow that. You guys know I'm going to be here every day posting my trades, good, bad, ugly, all that good stuff. And I don't hide anything. That's priority number one. When I started trading, there was no channel like the channel that I've created, and there still is not a channel like the one I've created. That posts every single day, updates you no matter what. You see my account balance all the time. You see my trades every single day. You see my account number. There's nothing being hid. Everything I tell you is the truth. If you have a question about something, you want the answer, I'm going to find you the answer. The only thing that I ask that you don't ask is for me to bash other traders. I just, it's one of those things where I don't believe in what a lot of other traders are doing. And I don't believe it's right, but it's noise, right? It has nothing to do with my journey. The more I focus on them, the more attention it takes away from me and being successful on my own journey. So I just don't want to get into all the extra noise. So really just those things. Grow the account every 5,000, taking it slow. It's a marathon, not a race or a sprint. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And just slow and steady wins the race, right? That's what they always say. What do you think about Ross doubles his account again, like 380 to 7K in 11 days? I think that it was kind of, what I was just talking about. I don't want to bash other traders, but the only person that is going to put $500 into an account and can turn it into $7,000 in 11 days is someone that can afford to lose that $500 multiple times to make it happen. There's a very good video that I'm going to post in the chat. It's called The System. And if you haven't watched this, I highly recommend taking the time to go watch it. Because basically what it's showing you will maybe give you an idea of what goes on with that with Ross. I'll just say that. But no one the reason he's doing the small account challenges is to try and show people that only have $500 laying around that they could turn $7,000 from $500 in 11 days. But that's never going to happen because you're taking new traders that haven't been doing this for years, that can't execute trades like he does, and use full margin on top of that every single time. Like, that is a recipe for disaster, and that's what it's going to be for most people. So I just think that it's kind of a mess, to be honest. And he, I believe, said it in his video. I did go through it a little bit earlier, just skipping through, and he said that he's just going to keep doing small account challenge after small account challenge. And I can tell you right now, you know, the main reason for that is because that's the core of the people that look to sign up for his services, are the people that are looking to get rich quick, and they're looking to do it fast. Well, I guess that's one and the same, but they're looking for the easy way to do it. And he's basically showing you that, hey, it's this easy. So, you know, you can take that for what it's worth, but it's not that easy. And, you know, turning $500 into $7,000 in 11 days, it doesn't come without help. I'll just say that. I think Ross does a small account challenge is not relevant to a real person to have a small account. There's no pressure for him if he blows the account. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, you know, someone doing a small account challenge, you have to be somebody that can just start over, almost like it's paper money, right? So, and to him, $500 is paper money at this point. What goes through Tim's mind 30 seconds before the bell goes off? I'll tell you what goes through my mind, and it's one word I say over and over: discipline. I think you guys know by now that I actually do have pretty good discipline. I do really think that LYV was just a combination of things going on inside my head as well as, you know, just in my surroundings that kind of caused me to get into the trade to begin with. So I don't really think LYV, like I said, LYV, the trade wasn't like a trend that I'm going through. It was just one mistake. But to answer your question, the thing that goes through my head 30 seconds before the bell is, you know, I probably should come up with some kind of like routine to say to myself, but I know I'm usually just kind of bobbing my head to the pump up music a minute before the bell, because I'm really just waiting for the scanner to tell me what's going to go off. I don't usually have any stocks up for the most part. I'll try to pull some up off the gapper list just to have up ones that I know that I can short and are in the float range that I'm interested in. But most of the time, those aren't ones that I end up trading. I usually just wait for the scanner to tell me what to do. So I wouldn't really say I'm thinking too much before the bell, except for just stick to my rules. And that was kind of the problem, is I started to, I guess, sway away from looking at the daily for my rules, you know, before I got into a trade, just because even just on LYV, when you get such a big move, the price action is this fast. Usually you always get some sort of a pullback. And the float on LYV was a larger float. It was over 100 million. So I really, when I jumped in at 67, this had already made a 4-point move, which that was another rule I broke. I started with 50 shares on a 4-point move. And you guys know, let me grab a picture of it real quick. When I have a 4-point move, I should only be starting with 25 shares. So I basically doubled down on the trade to begin with, which immediately put me at a higher risk. And that was just stupid on my part. But I really was, like I said, I hit sort of a key point in my account. You know, I went over that 7,000 marker and I was like, you know, I really want to get to that 10,000 marker. And I don't know. I just started to say, let's, you know, pump it up a little bit and really kind of get back to normal size. But I did trade normal size on the other two trades from yesterday. But then when LYV came along, I was just like, you know what? I'm tired of going below 50 shares. And so I just started with 50 shares, just out of complete arrogance. And as you can see, that doubled my loss right there. Because if I would have played it the exact same way with half the shares, I would have had half the loss. And that would have looked a lot better right about now. So there was just so many mistakes that happened on this trade. So it really made me realize that I was getting a little bit arrogant, and whether it be lack of sleep, just other stuff going on, whatever was causing that to happen, I said I need to figure out why it's happening and just stop it. And just having the focus of knowing that it happened in the first place, that's kind of like step number one. And just realizing that I did it, instead of saying, oh, it was just, because a lot of people, they'll look at this and they'll be like, oh, it was just one of them ones. It just never came back down. I couldn't have traded it any differently, whatever, right? There's people out there that think that way. I'll just take the loss and I'll get it next time. And they're the ones that, in the long term aren't going to succeed, because there was just so much wrong with what I did. And yeah, it was one of those stocks that just kept going and then just consolidated up top. But there was so many reasons to not even be in until near up top, to where this could have been a winner, right? Because if we would have got in somewhere like up here, and then we would have had so much room to add here, we did get, a little bit of a pullback if you were in up here, and it could have been a solid winner. Because looking at the daily, if you waited for this big resistance area right here, like right around, I guess it was, like right around here, and then there was another one here. So you had these two areas to work off of. You could have definitely looked to see that, and this was the high of day. Well, this is coming up as the high day from yesterday because it is yesterday. But you had these levels to work off of, but there was just nothing under that. I mean, there was this one here. Where was that? So that's pretty much where it hit that second time. So there was really no reason to be in that trade anyway. So it was just disappointing. And then in the trade, like I told you guys yesterday, and I was in at 67. I fought it up to here. We got this pullback. When it regained high day here, going through 69, I mean, that should have been a cut point for the whole trade right there. There was no reason for me to play it past that point, because that is the strategy. So, I mean, like I said, there was just like every rule that I have, I broke in this trade. So it was just one of them ones where I'm tossing it out the window and realizing that's not who I am, and we're going to move on. So yeah, undisciplined, even if it's for a moment, it bites you in the ass. Don't look left. Don't size in right. That's why I use that one word. Totally right, Thomas. You're totally right, man. I completely effed up on this one, and I paid the price. I definitely paid the price for basically just not being where I needed to be. I was being completely arrogant. And so what did I do last night? I shut everything down once I was done my journal, all that good stuff, and I went to bed at 8:30. I completely passed out. All week I've been getting like 2.5, 3 hours of sleep, just horrible sleep. I've been staying up. I only get a time to myself after the kids go to sleep, which is around like 8 o'clock. And then like whether it's, watching YouTube videos on trading, just like back testing, my strategy, whatever it may be, then playing some games, talking to people on Discord, whatever it is, before I know it, it's like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And then I have to get up 5:30, 6 o'clock every day, because the kids are up at 6. Well, my oldest is up at 6 every day, whether I like it or not, and he's a morning person. So by the time I get upstairs, 1:30, 2 o'clock, it takes me like a half hour to fall asleep. 2:30, now 5 o'clock, 5:30's here. That's 3 hours of sleep. And I've been doing it like for weeks now. And so I know that it's a problem. I know that it is. And it's just, it's a bad habit, really, because pretty much my whole teenage life into my early 20s, I was just a night owl. So having kids really kind of messed with me a little bit, especially with the schedule that it puts me on, because I was always the one that would just kind of sleep in a little bit, when I had the opportunity. And I would never really get woken up in the middle of the night, but now I do, because a kid will randomly cry, has a nightmare, needs a diaper change, whatever it is. And it's just, it can be frustrating. So I went to bed at 8:30 last night. I completely passed out. I woke up at 5:30, or it was like 5:45 this morning, and it felt like amazing. Like I didn't want to get out of bed. I was just like sucked into my bed. It felt so amazing. And then I just felt so different sitting down at the computer this morning. Like I felt just more focused. So everyone says sleep matters. You'll find some people that say anything over 4 hours of sleep is a waste of time and stuff like that. But, if I'm only getting 4 hours of sleep, I feel so groggy. But I've just been so used to not really having a job where I needed to be so focused. When I worked at the county for 10 years, I didn't, that job was very lackluster. Even to be at the top of your game at that job, you didn't really need to think. So it wasn't, I've never really had to focus on getting a lot of sleep. I had rather, stayed up to try to just do other things like play games, entertain myself, whatever it may be, because I didn't have to show up to work, that fresh, ready to go. But with the stock market, the stock market's there to take your money. They're there. They don't want you to make money. They want you to, come in and they want to take it. So it's your job. You're the boss. It's time for you to realize, for me, obviously, I'm talking to myself here, that you need to come in 100% focused every day. And for me, I'm never going to be 100% focused until both my kids are in school, because I'm always going to have distractions, unfortunately. So if I can figure this out, right, and I can grow my account to the point where I can be near making decent money by the time they're both in school, I will be so, I can't imagine myself at full capacity, just 100% focus when I drop them off at school, come back and just sit down and I'm just ready to go. I can't imagine being able to just have both headphone pieces over my ears and not have one off, just constantly listening and watching. And because you'll see me in my live streams, I'm constantly looking over at my kid or kids given the day and wondering if they're okay, make sure they got their food, make sure they got drink, make sure they're okay, whatever it may be. So it's definitely something to really kind of, figure out. So like I said, if we can figure it out while they're in the picture, I can only imagine how nice it's going to be when they're at school. And I am by no means wishing time away. I absolutely love being home with my kids. So I hope it takes forever. I'm just saying when the comparison comes to how well I trade after they leave and are both in school, I feel it'll be a pretty big difference. I took the P&L off my screen and just played the chart, and I've seen major improvement in my trades and emotions. You'll have to record them and play it in the background, because to be I'm assuming quite honest, once they are both in school, because it will be too quiet. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. It'll probably be weird, for a little while when they're both in school. And it's in a year. They'll both be in school, because we're planning on sending the little one to the same daycare that my oldest is at right now, when he turns 3. So it's it's coming up. So we have another year. As of the end of this year, my oldest will be going to school full time, so it'll just be the little one. So I will immediately gain a little bit more focus, and I really do feel it'll allow me to get into more of a routine as well, because every Tuesday and Thursday, especially with his speech class getting moved from Tuesdays and Thursdays, we were having Shit Show Tuesdays, and every once in a while we have Shit Show Thursday. It was just so much to juggle around, and I'm excited. I am going to miss having him home, every Tuesday and Thursday, but I know that I'm a better person towards my kids, believe it or not, when he does go to school, because it's just the nerves when they're home, when they're both home, it's just they go through the roof, because my oldest is 3 right now, and he's being a 3-year-old. And my youngest is turning 2, and he's going through some sort of phase these last couple weeks, and it's just been driving me up the wall. But I do need to take the P&L off my screen, by the way. I do agree with you, because I find myself looking at it every once in a while. And the thing is, that chart that I showed you earlier, if I'm following that chart the way that I'm supposed to be, my risk should always be in check. So I do agree with that, and I do think I'm actually going to do that. I wonder where I could put it I guess I could put it back in, like I could snap it back in. I guess my only other problem too would be if I snap it back into here, it would really make no sense to have the rest of these up there. But I would actually want to move, I can move all 3 of these up to my scanner screen. I think that's what I'll do. And then I can snap this one back in. I'll do that. That's actually a really good idea. I'll do that, and then that way I can make my charts a little bit bigger too. Then I'll have to redo it in the stream again, which kind of sucks. That's kind of the worst part, is because when I have these screens, it's hard for me, which as you can see, I didn't update my subs on this. So we actually were at 976 this morning. For some reason I thought we were at 983. Maybe it was 983 the first time I looked at it in the afternoon. I don't know what the heck happened. So over 20 subs just this afternoon. I don't know if the algorithm somehow got me or whatever, but it was kind of interesting. But when I'm in one of these, like whether it's the top chart or the bottom chart at this point, I have that all cropped. So I mean, it doesn't take that long to figure it out, but we'll figure it out. So, do we have any other questions? Let's take a look and see if we gained any more subs. I'm like so curious. I feel like I should bring up that 1K. Oh, see, it did this to me earlier. It's been doing this all afternoon too, where like if I hit refresh again, let's see. No, that time it actually stayed down. So I don't know. Oh, see, it's been doing this. Like it'll go like earlier. I was at like 989 and it went to 981, or maybe that was the 983. And then it was like 3 minutes later, I hit refresh again. It was back at 989, and I was like, "What the heck?" And then it was not even like 5 minutes later. It was at 991. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. MK, what's up, man? How you doing? But if you're here and you haven't subbed, hit that sub button. We're 3 subs away. That's crazy. I wonder. I think I have the counter in here. Here it is. I guess I need to get my channel. I don't know if that'll work or not. Let's see. Yep. So this says we're at 996. Somebody unsub. It is crazy though, because like this says 997. But if you go to the channel itself, it does say 996 because I checked that earlier right here. So I don't know. Something's going on with YouTube. I was telling somebody in Discord earlier that I think something's going on with like YouTube. I wonder if like these are people that were subbed before and it's just catching up, because I've been having issues with Streamlabs as well with their dashboard. I think it might have logged. No. Where like it's not updating when new people subscribe. So like the last person that I have subscribed is from 3 days ago, but we just had 20 people subscribe today. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I mean, just to show you, like if I come up here, you can see 1 hour ago, Fallout Gang subscribed. 6 hours ago, Robin Gustafsson, I'm gonna say, and Steelman 6 hours ago. So they're there, but for some reason they're not updating on Streamlabs. I've actually tried messaging them about it, but their customer support isn't that great. So we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, see 996. You see 996 as well. So who knows? Who really knows? All I know is hopefully over the weekend we'll get some viewers. I actually thought we were going to struggle because, 976 this morning, I thought we were going to struggle to hit 1,000 by the end of the year because going into the weekend, everyone's probably going to be away. And I didn't really think we were going to get there because I felt like, people were going to go away for the holidays and just no one's going to be really watching YouTube that much. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Someone started trading. What would you tell them to expect their first and second year in trading? I would expect to go through some crazy emotional swings. I know that I have. we can just bring my chart over. That stupid cliff yesterday said they wouldn't happen anymore. But, I mean, this is my full trading journey. You're looking at my full trading journey. The first day I ever went live, I lost $1,000. I don't know why it's split in the 2 days, but it was over. It was like $1,300. But that was my first 2 days. It was actually really my first day. I think because the one trade I held overnight, and I guess since I closed it on the second day, that's why I did that. I don't know. But as you can see, just up, down, and right here in February, February 8th was the exact day. This is when we started our new strategy, and really this was like, if you see, this is just chop, like it's up, down, huge up, because this is when we were playing low floaters. This is what low floaters will do to you, and then down, and then another low floater here, huge cliff. That was OCX, and then we decided to just we started to learn. This was all learning. Here we thought we were the shit, and then the market said, you're not the shit, you actually suck at trading, and we ended up down here. So we found a strategy that we liked, we knew it worked, and we just started implementing it, right? We actually went on a 28 win streak, trade win streak here, and right around here when we got positive, we started to up our share size. Like, look at these candles, they started getting bigger and bigger to the upside, and MTSI came along. And it was like the second day, because as you can see, these were the two big candles, so it was really the third day that we were sized up in our share size, and we got absolutely demolished. And this is when I realized, okay, I clearly know how to win using this strategy, but I don't know how to lose. And I really came back and looked at my chart, and I realized that pretty much every time I lost, there was these cliffs. Cliff here, and then a cliff here. So I had no problem, steadily gaining. And as you can see, I did it again. I took the month off of June to try to figure out why these cliffs were happening. And, I thought I figured it out. And I feel like I did, because pretty much every time you see a loss in here, they were just kind of like little divots in the line, or speed bumps, whatever. I guess they weren't speed bumps, but they're just like little holes. They weren't really cliffs. And all the way from down here, we started just slowly going up. And we ran through a dry market here, and then we started coming back up. And then just everything kind of, this wasn't the same as these. It really wasn't. Back here, I didn't know what I was doing. I knew what I was doing here. I just completely just lost it on one trade. Again, I already explained it earlier. So the goal is to not let that happen again, obviously. But yeah, neither here nor there. So emotional swings, that's definitely something you're going to deal with as a new trader. And anyone will tell you, your first year, just try to break even. If you can break even your first year, you're doing something right. Don't try to just get rich quick, because it's not going to happen. Sorry, my wife just sent me. It's really loud. My wife sent me a link. It's 2 Carnival.
These nuts.
Cruise.
Got him.
All right, Tom. She sent me a link of 2 Carnival cruise ships crashing into each other. Ooh. Like ripping off the back of it. See it like right in here. Let's see if I full screen it. Oh yeah, doing some damage. They can't even like sue each other because it's the same company. Waters don't even look like that rough. I wonder what caused that. Well, you came here for a free-for-all, so we'll give you some interesting stuff. What's up, Tom? Yeah, MK took me 2 years up and down. What do you mean by who are we? I talk like it's a we because I want us to be a community. I don't think of this, just as me on this journey. Like, I'm bringing you all along on this journey. It's kind of why I started the YouTube channel. And the reason being is so that you can see someone go through this journey with 100% transparency. There's nothing being hid. There's nothing being sold to you. I'm not pushing anything on you. Like I'm just putting myself out there every single day. And if you guys want to follow along for that, then, feel free. That's kind of the whole point. I always, have my donate link down in the description below. If anybody feels a need to, support me a little bit more than just being here. I don't ever ask for that stuff. I've had people actually ask me in the past how to do that. So I do just bring it up here and there just so you guys know it's there. But I don't ever ask for that. That's not why I'm here. I'm not here to make money off of you guys. I'm here to just show you guys what the market is really about and how I'm attacking it from my perspective. And hopefully you guys can learn something along the way on your journey as well, or just, be here for support. That's kind of the whole point, is so that you can come to this channel and know that everything that's coming out of my mouth is 100% the truth. And that I'm not going to lie to you. It's just not who I am in life anymore. I'm 34. I went through, my dad is, he's a pathological liar. There's really no way to, to say it. Other than that, because, he'll just lie about the stupidest things, and I'll show him on my phone. I'm like, Dad, here's proof that you're lying. And he won't believe it. He's just like, nah, I'm right. And, growing up, I lied a lot, and I just realized that at some point, it was like in my mid-20s, I had a party with 3 different people on a weekend, and I had said yes to coming to all 3 parties, and that weekend came up, and I had to choose one. And the other 2 that I didn't choose, they ended up getting really mad at me. And I just realized, why didn't I just tell them that I was going to the other party in the first place? And none of the, they couldn't get mad. They would just be like, oh, okay, whatever, he's got other plans. But that was kind of the breaking point for me, that, lying is just stupid and it doesn't make any sense. So, and I don't know of any other channel on YouTube that is doing what I do. Posting every day, posting everything so that you can see it, fully transparent, just not hiding anything, right? I'm not trying to sell you anything, all that good stuff. So you find another channel like that, please show me, because that's what I'm encouraging. But for now, I'm the only channel that does that, that I can find. Someone going to get fired. What? Oh, I was at the holiday party, didn't think I would even. What do you mean someone's going to get fired? I'm sorry about what? What did I do? Now you're confusing me. Right, Tom? Tom was telling me via PM that he finally finished up on Ballers. If you guys haven't watched Ballers and you're into sports or just football or Dwayne Johnson in general, it's a really good show. It's only half-hour shows too, so you can really roll through them. Yeah, I do see the chat a little bit late, and sometimes when I get really focused on something that I'm saying, I just kind of ignore the chat while I'm saying it because I don't want to get distracted. That's why I was kind of asking you to just relay what you were talking about when you said those things. Scott, what's up, man? How are you doing, man? I said, what's up, man? And then I said, how you doing, man? Because I was like, well, I'm saying man too much there. Yeah, sure. Speaking of TraderSync, just so you know, part of my giveaway for 1,000 subs is going to be 3 accounts for TraderSync. Let me go. It's going to be the pro accounts. Excuse me. So if you guys want to go to TraderSync's website, these pro accounts, you can go start a free trial now on any of these. But you can check out what you would get with the pro account. I'm going to be giving away 3 of these for 1,000 subs. But just to show you quickly, if you are using DOS, oops, I should have kept that up, huh? So if you're using DOS, what you would do is you would go into your main screen here and you open up the trade log. So to get the trade log, you go trade log. and it'll pop this window up. So what you would do at the end of every day, because this will disappear obviously tomorrow, is you come in here, right click, hit export, and I went ahead and made a new folder. I just called it trades in one of my common folders, and you just save it. So you would type December 20th. So I can just show you mine real quick. So I have all my trades in here. So what it's doing is it's saving a CSV file. You then go to the TraderSync. You hit add trade, and you would obviously have DOS Trader connected. If you are using somebody else, the odds are it's in here as well. And you can even do it manually if you really have to. And obviously it's set to my portfolio because that is what you would make when you first set everything up. The date will always be the current date because you'll read over here, since DOS Trader resets the trades executed each day, be sure to perform these steps to export your trades as soon as you're done trading for the day. And so it'll always have the current date in here because of that, because DOS resets it every day. So you'll just go down here, browse, go to your folder, find it, hit it, and import. And then up here, it'll be a big green box that says it's successfully imported. And then you can just go back to your dashboard and take a gander and make sure it's there. It's really simple once you get it all set up. And then you can click on it. You can come down here. If you want to put what kind of setup it is, I really only trade the same setup right now, so I'm not really worried about this. But in the future, I do plan on using this. You can put a screenshot. I actually didn't put this one in for today. Okay, it was the second one. And then down here, you can put your notes. So I haven't got to this yet because I had my mom's Christmas party tonight. I was planning on doing this after the stream. And that's that. You can come in here. You can add your commissions if you want to, all that good stuff. So it's actually really easy. TraderSync is pretty awesome. So that will definitely be part of the giveaway. Thinking about trading, Scott? Yeah, it'll be nice to. That's what everyone's like. You showing up Monday? I was like, hell yeah, I'm showing up on Monday. Why would I not be here? Yeah, no blue drink tonight, Thomas. I actually had a couple over at my mom's, so I decided to stay away. Hey man, congratulations, almost 1,000 subscribers. I am just subscribing again from my channel to make you reach your goal sooner. Hells yeah. Let's go. I think I still have it up. There it is, $9.97. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Now I wonder if this went to $9.98. Let's see, or if it stayed at $9.97. It did. So I'm confused. I don't know. They're messed up. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna go with this one because it's in my analytics, and sometimes when the other one was wrong, this one, the analytics is always the same. This one says $9.98. What's going on? What's going on? Two more, guys. Can we do it tonight? Let's do it tonight. Let's do it tonight. I'm gonna put this up here on the screen so I can keep a constant eye on it. Hit refresh, Thomas. It says $9.98. Let's go. It says $9.98. And see, it popped up. Thank you, Mr. HOSSY. I was hoping that was going to be HO double hockey stick. What is that? $9.99. Holy snaps. Here we go. We're just going to keep it up now until we hit it. We're going to see it together. We're going to see this together. 1,000. Let's do it. What's going on? Who wants to be the 1,000th? Let's just hit it. And then somebody's going to mess with me and unsubscribe. I know how it is. I will call my wife to subscribe. That's awesome. You're getting an account tonight? There it is. 1,000 subscribers, guys. Hells yeah. Hells yeah. If I had a real drink, I would. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. Who was it? Jonathan, you still here? You still here? Somebody did it. I'm glad only one person did it, though. And I have a feeling I know who it was. But cheers to you guys, man. Seriously. we're all in this journey together, right? We're all here for the same goal. We're all here to be successful in the stock market. So let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, I think I know who it was. I know it wasn't any of you guys. Well, it's obviously someone that's here. I'm surprised it only went down one. I thought when I mentioned it, I was going to make more people do it. The joke's over, man. Put it back. The joke's over, man. Come on. I mean, I think we're close enough now, and we saw it. We did see it, so I'm considering it. We're there. We're there. You can't take it back. No take backs. Coco, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I am an American trader. I have a feeling that you're not. I know, we're all just sitting here waiting for it to come back. The problem is the person that I assumed it was, I feel like he would have put it back by now. So maybe it wasn't him. Maybe we are dealing with a real life troll. Or maybe somebody that's just not on the stream just happened to unsubscribe at the very wrong moment. No, no. We're going the wrong way. Going the wrong way. What's going on? I'm telling you, something's up with YouTube. I don't care. I saw 1,000. I already sold for profit at 1,000, guys. You can't take it away from me. Guys, you don't have to make separate accounts for me. Seriously. I'm not asking for that. I'd rather you guys I've always been pretty clear that I would love for this channel to grow organically. I want every single sub to, be active on the channel. Minus, my wife and my mom. Like, I know I have some subs in there that aren't going to watch the channel. They're there more for the support of the channel, but I want it to be as organic as possible. So, I mean, don't feel the need to go make separate channels just for me. But I don't care. We saw 1,000. It's in concrete on this stream, and I sold most of my profit at 1,000. So we're good. We're good. And even if the trolls want to kind of stick around and let it sit here at 9.98 for a while, it's fine. I got a feeling that we'll be good. Oh, look at that. 2 of them right back. I got a feeling it's just YouTube. Something's going on with YouTube. Right back at 1,000. Maybe we'll get over 1,000 so we can kind of start pushing away. Oh, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Are we just going to sit here and do this for the rest of the night? Are we? Is that what we're going to do? Is that what we're going to do? Next time we hit 1,000, I'm just going to stop the stream. How about that? I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. Jerks. You jerks. Yo, silly jerks. What do you guys want to talk about? I play trick on American Trader. I suff again. Coco. And take a screenshot. That's a good idea. I don't really have to take a screenshot. I can always go back on the stream and do it if I really wanted to. I'm proud. Seriously, I'm proud. I put a lot of work into the channel. I'm not gonna lie. Like if we take, let's see what it says on here now. 999. 999. I'm going to take a screenshot of this, though. That probably means I have to save it somewhere, huh? Why is that so small? Oh, there we go. Did that save? Okay, good. Just because I think that's pretty cool to see 999. But ready? Oh, it was you, Coco.
I can learn to understand you much better if I can get familiar with the way you talk.
What the heck did I just hit? Yay, Coco. Oh, thank you. You're so mean yet so nice at the same time. What software are you using for streaming? You asked me that earlier, didn't you? I'm sorry, I must have missed it. We got a little focused on the 1,000 sub thing. I'm using Streamlabs. It's really simple. I could bring it over, but then you'll see the multiple screens of death for a second. But as you can see, it's hard to explain really. If you want to try to set it up and you have any questions about it, feel free to let me know. I can always answer them that way. 1,000, let's go. Let's go. Does that deserve the pump up music? We'll go twice. We'll go twice. Get the lights flashing in the background. All right. But the sound sucks on it? What sound? When you gonna grow that real beard again? You know, what happened? It says nobody is watching. Did everybody get kicked off? That's weird. It says my stream, the watching tab went down to 0 for some reason. For the OBS streamer, I haven't really had any issues with the sound. I don't think. Like, what do you mean? The sound? Yeah, Stock Rocks. I've never had an issue playing that because I play it pretty much every morning. So we'll see. All right, man. Sorry to just pop in and leave. Got Christmas #1 early tomorrow. At least I saw you hit that 1,000. Hell yeah, Tom. I'm glad you were here for that, man. You're a big part of it. I just want you to know that. I appreciate all your support. You go have fun. I'll talk to you throughout the weekend. You know that. Appreciate you even stopping in. Seriously. Do you feel like discussing multiple entries versus single entries? I mean, we can. At this point in my trading, I can't really see myself really taking single entries, but they are viable. And to be completely honest, if you want to play single entry, I mean, Liv isn't really the best example. But like if we go to Rad today, you can kind of see if you kind of wait for the back end. I mean, I guess Rad really isn't the best example either because the pullbacks weren't really real pullbacks. But if you kind of wait for it to set a high and then look to just kind of get in on the back end, I feel like that would be the best way to play pairs with a single entry. You could also play single entries on like descending triangles. Like this was a descending triangle that obviously failed. This to me was a descending triangle that actually did complete a little bit. It just didn't really get the push down that you would be expecting. So there are lots of ways to play. I mean, this was a descending triangle that failed, another descending triangle that failed. You know, a lot of people call these bull flags, which they apparently were on Rad today, but I can't convince them to make single entries yet. You know, single entries work. I'm not saying that they don't work. And to be completely honest, if you go back and watch a lot of my trades, I only end up with one entry because I pick the tops fairly well. And again, my mentor would say, well, if you are finding yourself picking the top a lot, tend to maybe increase your size on that one entry and, kind of like lower your risk a little bit. So if it continues, learn how to cut that fast. So say you get in and it kind of pulls back a little bit and it doesn't come down off of that single entry, you have to be disciplined to cut it right there when it goes past high of day. That's just how you would have to play it if you're not looking to really add to your position. So there's a lot of, like, let's zoom in on this a little bit. So say you try to pick the top here, like say you're doing single entry. That's a little too close for me. So let's say you're trying to pick the top here and your entry was kind of like in the middle here. Let's get rid of this one. Like say it was like right here. So it pulls back and then jumps right back up and it starts to go high of day. And you got to be disciplined to cut it right there. And then again, after say it makes this, well, not this run. Let's say it makes this little pop here. You get in like right here. Kind of gives you a dip, but not what you're looking for, down towards VWAP, and it comes up. You got to be disciplined to cut it right there at high day. So it would just be, it's almost like you kind of turn it into scalping a little bit. Maybe not necessarily if you're in a winner, but you're almost like you have to be like super active and take a lot of little losses. And sometimes that just isn't emotionally good on most people because a lot of times these are going to continue. A lot of times it's really, especially like if you started the trade at the, like this candle, because you can see there was a little bit of a pullback before it continued. So if you got in even right at the top of this candle and you get this little bit of a pullback, your strategy then, if you're playing single entry, would have to be to cut right as it goes through that again. So it's really hard to do single entry, especially on pairs, unless you're really trying to play the back ends of it. So who is your mentor? My mentor, his name is Brian. He is the owner, creator, I guess that's, oh yeah, no, it's two different things. Owner, creator, and I guess the guy who runs the Intensity Stockwatch scanners. Watching him trade every single day is just amazing. Being able to see what he does on a daily basis, it just blows my mind. And I tell everybody in the ISW chat room every day, I just want to be like 1/10 of him as a trader. Like he's that good. That's all there is to say it. And most of the guys here, Thomas, Scott, they can easily back me up. The dude is a freak. And on top of that, he is very willing to go out of his way to really talk to you about anything and everything, whether it's trading, and he'll even talk to you about personal stuff if you really want to, because he knows that personal stuff affects your trading. So if there's anything that he can do to help, just everything that he does, the dude gives back to us just way more than I feel like I give back to you guys. And he's setting the bar high for what I hope to just do for you guys here on the channel. So I like to think I owe a lot of thanks to him for even putting in the dedication to run this channel the way that I do. And just the way that he makes me a better trader every single day is, it's very obvious. I owe pretty much everything to him at this point since February. I mean, obviously I have to do all of this on my own, but if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't say like pushing me in the right direction, just kind of, I always use the phrase, you know, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink the water. So I like to think that's what he does to me. He leads me to the water, and, you know, it's my job to drink the water and kind of put everything into action. He also said the other day, you can build on the backside. It's the same. Yeah, it's true. I think it is safe to say single entries work better on the back half of the move, while multiple entries work best on the front half of the move. Yeah, I believe, I don't know if you had said that while I was explaining it, but yeah, I totally agree 100%. And your charts are not anchored. The 2 minute and the 1 day are different. Yeah, because when I'm in the one where it's just one big chart, I always click on the chart, because if you type it in just on the chart, it'll change the chart. But if I type it into the montage, it works. So like, as you can see here, well, what the heck? Gotta be kidding me. Apparently maybe when you type in on here, it unanchors it. I don't know. Let's see. Yep, apparently it unanchors it when you do that. So you're right / not right. Does he have a YouTube channel? He has a YouTube channel for the scanners, but he does not have a channel like for trading like this, like not like I do. Excuse me. I will second all that Tim says about Brian and Intensity Stock Watch. He has made all the difference to my trading. It's true. Being part of T-W, it's definitely not cheap because you pay a little bit more to be in the room, but it's invaluable what goes on in that room on a daily basis. There's alerts, obviously, there's 2 separate chat rooms. One is specifically for trade ideas and trade alerts, and then the other one is kind of a lounge where we discuss our trades, we bullshit, we post charts, we discuss the charts, and that's pretty much where all the wisdom talk goes on. And every day and it's a small group of people, which makes it even better. It's a very select group of people, because Brian doesn't want it any other way. He doesn't want, a 2,000 person chat room because he doesn't want that noise. He wants a core group of guys that he knows he can come in and have a good time with while he's trading, and build a core group of guys that are going to be successful traders. And you'll see people come and go. That's always going to happen no matter where you are, and that's why it costs a little bit more to be in the chat rooms, because some people join the chat rooms for the wrong reasons. And usually those are the people that come and go because they're there just looking for alerts. But Brian will tell you all the time, the reason you should be in the chat room is to ask questions and improve your trading. You should not be here for the alerts, but he makes the price a little bit more because of that, just to keep people away that are there for the wrong reasons. So you do pay a little bit more, but you also do obviously get the best scanners available, and it's really not that much more to be in the room with him. So I can't speak any more highly about being. It literally changed my trading. It made me who I am today as a trader, and I like to think it's going to be the core foundation of why I'm successful in the future. So again, I'm not selling it to you, but that's just the truth. I always told you guys the reason I talk so passionate about the scanners is because, and scanners and Brian himself, is because I believe in it. I believe it to be exactly what I just said it is. Vincenzo. You can lead a horse to pepperoni, but you can't make him eat it. A problem with single entry is this. In the future, if you are trading big size, then you will encounter liquidity issues. Learning to trade multiple entries allows for maximizing sizing and position. That is very true. That is very true. Who's trading max size? Speaking of the Intensity Stock Watch scanners, by the way, if you are interested, I'm not selling you, but if you are interested, I do have a discount link/code. See, I don't even say it that often. I have to actually go look at it. The code, I believe, if you want to enter it when you sign up, is VTISW. But there's a link down there. If you just click the link, I think it just does it automatically. And you get up to like 30% off. And if you want to be part of the team, you'll notice that you can't just sign up for that. You actually have to do that privately. So if you're interested in that, you'd have to actually come talk to me. So feel free to message me on Discord, Twitter, whatever, if you actually are interested in that. So who's trading max size? I don't know. Not me. Ross Cameron trades max size every day. All right, time to go get scared. Oh, still at 1,000. Okay, good. What'd I do? I didn't do it. You did it. I don't even know. I was going to say, I don't think I have that saved. Oh, wrong one. Let's see, YouTube. Oh, yeah, let's see what it says on here. Oh, 1,002. Let's go. Oh, it just says 1K on here now. But that's pretty cool. Not going to lie. So I must have errored out at some point. It still says on YouTube. YouTube, get on your game. I expect a monetization email on my doorstep tomorrow morning. Just kidding. Hells yeah, Vincenzo. Let's go. YOLO. It's funny too. We mess around in the chat all the time saying, because we actually were just talking about it today. We were talking about a different one of the chat rooms, and I thought it was funny that we were all saying, just go YOLO. I think GDT actually said that this morning in the chat too. Because they were actually trying to have a serious conversation about, I think, sizing and stuff. I think it was Scott, actually. I think Scott posted his chart that he had made about sizing, and GDT just chimed in. He's like, I think you should always just YOLO. Okay. I'm actually really excited. I ordered these journals so that I can start handwriting my journals. That was another thing that Brian told me to start doing, because I actually, and one of the things that he said that kind of hit home was when you enter your trades online like this, it's so easy to just like quickly type it, right? And just post a screenshot of your chart. But if you physically take a pen and a piece of paper and you write out your emotions, like everything. And he said the best thing you can do is while you're writing it out, act like you're writing a report for your boss. Like if you were at a job where you had a boss. Basically put everything into it to describe that trade to your boss. Like he needs to know every single detail about that trade, why it happened, what happened during the trade, you know, why did you win this much? Why did you lose that much? Why did you enter here? Why did you exit there? You have to obviously draw the chart to really kind of get the point across, like of like what you were looking at. So by doing that, you really remember everything that you put in the journal. Where if you just post a chart and do like a quick little type up of the summary, that's too easy. Like you're not going to really remember that. And he said, you know, if it's a standard trade, like GSKY yesterday, I still have these. It's been really busy. But like if you look at this chart, this was just a standard trade, right? It popped up, we jumped in, and we sold. So, and it was on volume. It was a good float. There was nothing special to this trade. It was a normal winning trade where we followed the rules. We got one entry and we took one exit, and that was that. So you don't really need to do a journal entry for these trades, not in the handwritten journal. But when you get trades like this one, you need to sit down, which I still plan to. I actually told myself the reason I haven't done this one online is because I want the handwritten journal to really draw this chart out and really understand what went wrong and how to never let it happen. I mean, I've already went through it so much that I already know exactly how I want to try to fix it, etc. But to physically be able to sit down and draw it and all that good stuff, like I'm really interested. And I just pulled it up for whatever reason to show you which one I got, but I got the soft version. I feel like I'd like it being able to bend, but it's a 3-pack. It's literally $10, and I think it has like 90 pages front and back, so 180 pages to write on. So I'm pretty excited to get this and really start to get going with it. I think it's really going to help me, you know, hammer down on some problems. Yes, there is a Discord chat. Sorry, I didn't have this up. Do you have a cash register sound? Of course I do. Who doesn't have a cash register sound? Oh crap, did you guys hear that? I didn't hear it because this wasn't set right up. There we go. I know you heard it that time. The sounds when I buy and sell. Yeah, I added those. I think I don't have the money, money, money song that you're talking about, but I do have this one.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money. Money, money, dollar, dollar.
What's up, Constantine? How you doing, man? Good morning over there. See, I got it right this time. Yeah, evening to us. Yeah, I mean, Constantine actually, first off, Constantine, look at our subscriber count, man. Let's go. Constantine's actually one that kind of came to me. Um, and we really started trying to work on, because Constantine is the king of journaling. He does it in an Excel sheet, but if you ever get the time, and Constantine has the time to talk to you, let him show you how he journals. He doesn't do it like physically handwriting, but he does it in Excel to the point where he definitely takes it serious. And you could tell he was serious, but he's really good at that, but the trading wasn't quite there. So we really started to kind of hone in on his problems by going over charts, going over the types of strategies he was using, the way he was implementing rules into those strategies. And I will tell you right now, he decided to join the ISW chat room, and let him just tell you how much of a difference it's made for him. Because I have seen pretty much a 180 out of him. I mean, he still has little things here and there, and he knows he has these little problems. And we actually just found one the other day when he posted his charts in the Discord. There's a channel in the Discord. It's called Get Your Trade Reviewed. If you ever have a trade where you feel you want to talk about it, get other people's opinions, feel free to post it in there. Constantine takes advantage of that, and we really get some good conversations going on in there. And you can definitely start, and he posted 2 trades in there, and we saw kind of a pattern going on. And so hopefully that's something that we can kind of pick up on and fix in the future here. So my win-loss, heard it one time. Gotcha. Sorry. I don't know why it hid that for some reason. My win-loss overall since the very beginning is 80%. But if you're talking about just since I started this strategy, let's go back to February 8th, which is when I started the strategy. I guess it's going to make me go back. It's 89%. So since, I wonder if it'll keep the date there if I go here. Yeah. So if we're only going from February 8th using just this strategy, this is where I would be based off of everything that happened. Because I started so much in the red from OCX, but if we started at 0 from the day I started using this strategy, this is what it would look like. So we were actually up quite a bit from this strategy compared to the account, and just took a little bit of a cliff dive here just recently. So I've actually thought about deleting, not deleting, but starting a second portfolio and only importing the trades from February 8th to kind of give me more of a perspective, because to be completely honest, everything that was before this was kind of just junk to me. But I know at any point in time I can just kind of go in here and do this. But yeah, the 89% wins is really nice, but learning how to make the 11% losses, not these big cliffs, is the key. So, and I really feel like I figured it out. I just really had a lapse of following the rules on one trade, like we talked about earlier. So I really think we'll be okay. I do. I got a good feeling that we're going to be just fine. So automatically win the TraderSync since we are over 1K. Yeah, I'm going to make a video. Actually, I'll try to put it out tomorrow for you guys. And I'm going to actually give it away. I'm going to do the giveaway on, you think doing a live stream next Friday is actually worthwhile? Would all of you guys show up on the 27th? Because, I mean, the market's going to be, I believe the market's going to be a half day on Christmas Eve, right? Or is it closed? I don't even know. And then the 25th, obviously Wednesday, we are closed. I think I got rid of the holiday. Oh, no, it's right here. So it just says Christmas. Friday, December 24th, Christmas holiday observed. What does that mean? Oh, that says 2021. That's 2020. So yeah, just Wednesday. Each market will close early at 1 o'clock on Tuesday. Oh, okay. On Tuesday, December 24th. Okay, so yeah, it's saying with 3 stars, that means to go down to here. So it's going to close at 1 on Christmas Eve. We'll be closed on Wednesday, which is Christmas. And then I guess we'll be back to normal on that Thursday. YouTube is messing with me. I was seeing if we went up, and now it's saying we went down. But if I hit refresh a couple times, I'm assuming it'll say we went back up. There it goes. I don't know what's going on with YouTube right now. Not I chasing whitetail. Hells yeah, gotta go hunting, man. I have a Christmas party. Yeah, see, so I think we're gonna skip the Friday night live stream next week. I just don't think it's really viable to get on here because I don't think there's gonna be many people here. So I think what we'll do is I'll announce the giveaway tomorrow at some point, and then it'll probably be at night. So we'll have, I'm looking at the count. I guess I can pull it up over here. So we'll have all week next week, and then we'll have the following week, and then we'll do the giveaway on January 3rd because we're also going to be closed on the 1st. I didn't actually look and see if it said it was a half day on New Year's Day. I don't see any stars there, so it doesn't look like it. Say Independence Day. So July 3rd, so there's no stars there. So it'll be open Monday, closed Tuesday, or I guess close Wednesday, sorry. So it'll be open Monday, Tuesday, close Wednesday again, and then open Thursday and Friday. So we'll do the giveaway on the 3rd. Or do you think we should wait until the 10th? What do you guys think? Since you guys are here, you guys can be my deciding factor, so I know what to put it in there. The 10th? Yeah, I honestly think that's kind of when everybody will be back. So I think that's kind of the right thing to do is to wait for the 10th. Got to go. Keep out of traders. All the best. See you, Scott. Sorry, I kind of missed that as you typed it. I scrolled down a little bit too far. But I'm going to be giving away not only just the 3 Pro accounts for TraderSync, but I'm going to be giving away 2 weeks of the ISW scanners, as well as you get access to the chat room for those 2 weeks. So look out for that. So, okay, we'll do the 10th. I'll know when I do the video tomorrow to put that in there. So your job is to go to that video when I make it tomorrow night, like it, get it out there so everybody knows. The more you like, the better the YouTube algorithm likes it. So apparently the YouTube algorithm hit something tonight. Let's see if we can, let's go into the analytics real quick and see if anything sticks out at us. Just out of curiosity. This YouTube does not like, I just want to see what it does. Let's see, I don't know. Hopefully we can just get to like 1,010 by tomorrow and I don't have to worry about it anymore. All right, analytics. Yeah, we definitely have the overall watch time. We've had that for a while, actually. But yeah, I mean, 20 more than usual for the subscribers this time. So views are up. Your channel got 8173 views in the last 28 days. That's more than the 2,500 to 6,100 your channel usually gets. We're rising, guys. We're rising. Watch time in hours. I don't remember. We needed, what, 4,000? I think if we hit see more, I think it'll do. Oh, that's right. Let me go back. I think we have to change. Oh, it doesn't say see all here. So let's see more. Lifetime. Yeah. So you only need 4,000, and we're sitting at 4,800. So we were always good on the watch time. Yeah, look, and it's actually not even updated because it's still saying 976 from this morning. It's crazy. Guys are awesome. Something I did actually find pretty crazy, though, is if you look... Oh, it's actually... Oh, no. Or wait. So it's actually a little bit better, but the views are still pretty bad. So if you look at the people that aren't subscribed, it's 68% of the people that view my videos aren't even subscribed to the channel. That's crazy. That's a lot of people. But you'll also notice that their average view duration is a little bit lower. So they probably realize that I'm not spitting out like, you know, the big numbers and all that stuff. So they're just like, peace out. Yeah, look, here it even has a different number. Who really knows? But this is what I was looking at. So it looks like it's my video from today, which, or no, this is the video from yesterday. So maybe everybody seeing me lose is what really did it. But I mean, there was a lot of views today as well. So, and I think this is now, maybe, or is this last week? No, yeah, this is now. So that's a lot. I think usually we average around, I think we were only averaging around like 60 to 70 views on the Friday night live streams when I end. And look, now it says 998. Let's go back to the studio, see what it says. Ugh. I need to stop messing with it. See how many times I can hit refresh. Hopefully it goes back. There it goes. So maybe we actually lost one because it was going back to 999 before. So who knows? I'm just going to stop hitting it. I'm going to stop worrying about it. Some people would like to watch the world burn. It's so true, unfortunately. I'm out. I'm so pumped I was able to be here and see you go over 1K. You deserve it. You're the boom. Thanks for all you do. Of course, man. I appreciate you and everything that you do as well. Always appreciate the support. Everybody here, I believe, knows that at this point. I try to tell you guys as much as possible. Don't ever forget it. Speaking of which, if you are interested in the giveaway, even you, Thomas, you might be interested in the TraderSync giveaway. All I'm going to ask you do, all I am going to ask for you to do is comment in the video that I put up for the giveaway and like it, obviously, as well. Obviously, I can't control if you actually do that or not. But I can control if you leave a comment just explaining to me why you want to win and what you want to win. Because there's going to be the scanner giveaway and the TraderSync journal giveaway as well. So just a comment saying, hey, I'm interested in participating in the giveaway for TraderSync or the scanners or both. You can clearly try to get into both. And let me know why. Whether it be I'm struggling with finding consistency in my trading. I've always had a problem. I don't journal my trades. I don't have a method of journaling my trades. This would really help me out and help improve my trading and, help me. Because the whole point of journaling is to be able to go back and look at your trades. Like say you want to record a whole month of trades and then go back and look at that month. It's really hard to do if you're not journaling, right? You can't just remember a month of trades. So every day, if you put what your thought process was into a journal, you can go back and, you can start to look at trades. Like if I go back and look at my trades from February using the same exact strategy compared to now, I'm a completely different person. So to be able to go back and actually see that I'm making progress is amazing. Like to just have that, just that one factor, knowing I can go back and see that I'm making such huge progress from when I first started the strategy. It just lets you know that the process is working. So that's what it's all about. It's all a process and it's all about making it work. All right, man, take care. Join the Discord and we will hang out. Look forward to you. Make sure you're in the general hangout. That's where we usually are. All the other channels are there. Feel free to take advantage of them. But the main one that we're in is the general hangout. And if you ever want to see a good meme, go down to the general off topic and type in PLS space MEME, and it will give you the meme of the day, which apparently right now is Donald Trump. When you submit a post on subreddit, Am I the Asshole, and everyone starts calling you the asshole, you weren't supposed to do that. Oh, I love it. Whoops. Discord is always a pain to get back in that corner because it always tries to take up the whole screen. Your trading platform on CMEG looks so organized and clean. Is there a way I can copy your script and setup? You know, believe it or not, you probably can. Are you in the Discord? Let me the only thing, what's your name in the Discord? I don't see any Joes. Oh, you're Bugatti. What's up, man? I'm actually gonna post, or I'll PM it to you. If anybody else wants it, you can. What I'm gonna do is did I take it off of here the second time? Okay. I meant to resave this. So I believe what you're gonna get is you're gonna get the layout, but the buttons themselves, I don't have account numbers in here, so they should work. Everything should work. I can't think of any reason why they wouldn't work. But I highly recommend, if you are on CMEG, just using the demo account to test everything, obviously. But I should be able to just send you that file, and it should work. Let's see. Where are you at? There you are. I have to say hi first before trying it. Actually, I don't even know where it's at. Open. Oops. Back. Ah, crap. I hit the wrong one, of course. Yes, I know it's you, Joe. It says it's processing. I guess let me know if that goes through. It says processing. I don't think I've ever seen Discord say processing, so it's a little weird. Oh, it says it failed. Let's retry. Oh, there it goes. Cool. So that should work. And it should theoretically pop up exactly like this. There's really no reason it shouldn't. If it doesn't, let me know, and we'll try to figure it out. But I actually never even thought about that. It's kind of an interesting thing. I'm gonna post it down in the description that anyone who wants it from now on has to pay $50, and I'll give it to them. I'm totally just kidding. People, there's people out there that are Trade Ideas affiliates, and not only are they getting you to sign up for whatever their percentage off is to get Trade Ideas, but then they're trying to sell you their like scanner setups through Trade Ideas. And all it is literally like one of the like base scans that they have, and they just rename it. Like there's reviews everywhere of people doing that, where they just take some preset scan from Trade Ideas, rename it to like X Channels Pro Gap Scanner or something, and they sell it. They sell that layout for like $200, $300, $400, $500, and people buy it. Like what? It's just unfortunate. It really is. That's I've made my channel in hopes to catch people before they find those people. That's the whole point. And that's the only reason I'm so happy to have this channel growing the way that it is, so that we can get big enough to where people are finding us before they're finding these other people that are just leading them down the wrong path. Because it really irks me. It does. That's part of why I started this channel to begin with. It originally started because I just wanted a place to post all my trades for me to go back and review. And the more and more I got into posting my trades, I started to realize that nobody was really doing what I was doing. So I started to realize that I would have loved to have the channel that I'm currently attempting to make while I first started. So if we can get big enough to where we're catching the beginner traders before they find all these other channels that are, like I said earlier, leading them down the wrong path, then mission accomplished. And I've had people in the Discord just within the last, I'll say like 3 weeks, that they did find me first. And we've been, as a group in the channel on Discord, helping those people specifically as much as we can, and making sure that they understand not to stray away from us. You should always broaden your horizons, go out there and learn as much as you can, even from these gurus that I'm somewhat describing, because they do have some valuable content out there on YouTube, but they suck you in, right? They all suck you in. You know, look at my $2,000 trade that I just made. Look at my $25,000 trade that I just made. You can do it too. All you have to do is just buy my course. All you have to do is just join my chat room. Like, just, that's what we're here to make people understand. You don't need to buy that course. You don't need to be in that chat room. And I even have a video somewhere along the line where I, talked about the chat rooms. And if there's a free chat room, feel free, go in there. That's what we have, right? There's no harm in going in that chat room if it's free. If you find valuable information in there, awesome. If you find that it's just a bunch of guys that don't know any more than you already do, then leave. It didn't cost you anything. So just, you're going to find out. I've heard it from all the people that have been in a lot of chat rooms. There's very few chat rooms out there that are worth money, because they're all going to just be the same group of guys. And it's mainly going to be full of what? Like one guru, maybe, a second one kind of helping, and just all the people in there looking for that guru to tell them what to do. And it's just not going to happen. And they're there, and all the people that are in there, especially some rooms, they're just there for the alerts, because the reason they're in there in the first place is because they were making videos saying, hey, it's this easy to do this. So they're there to watch you, show them how easy it is to do this. So the whole point of my channel is to show you that it's not that easy to do what they're doing. And a lot of the reasons that they can do it is because of those chat rooms. But that's a whole different story. I like the Horizon I brought. Vincenzo. Vincenzo is one of the most odd, I'm going to call him a comedian. He's one of the most odd comedians that I know, and I love it. He's got that sense of humor that I wish a lot of people had. So, Joe, did it work? I was kind of hoping you tested it and let me know. Everyone thought Trump getting impeached would make the market go south. Made new highs today, and it's holding them. Kind of funny. How many people you think are continuously buying puts on the SPY? And look at this thing. It's crazy. The beginning of 2019, we were all the way down here at 240. We're at 320. That's almost, what, a 33% gain? Absolutely nuts. Sorry, I was just responding to one of my friends on Steam. Didn't even know I had this. Sorry about that. That was something he actually asked me yesterday. I didn't forget, but I only semi-answered him. I think I did it wrong. I just downloaded your folder and pasted it onto my DOS paper trading folder, and it's all over the place, not on a single screen. Well, yeah, that's actually probably, now that I'm thinking about it, when I save it, I have a 4-screen setup, so it's saving it specifically to that one screen within the file. So I guess when you're opening it, it's probably gonna spread itself out a little bit. So I don't know. I think I just downloaded. I mean, it shouldn't be a folder. It should have just been a file. You should just paste that file directly into the folder that you were using with your other save setups, and then open it. But yeah, screenshot it real quick so I can see it. I don't really know how to fix that. I mean, I guess you would just have to kind of look at this layout and just kind of drag them to where they need to be. Because I guess that's the other thing too, is if your monitor size is different, you would have to adjust them to fit your monitor as well. Oops. So does anybody have any questions besides Joe here getting me the screenshot? Give it like 2 more minutes or so. Feel like we talked about enough. We hit 1,000 subs. Hells yeah. See if we can't keep 1,000 subs for the night. I don't know why this thing keeps erroring out. I guess because I get off of it. Let's see if we can just type in if I can spell volatility trading. We're right at 1,000 now, apparently. Who the heck knows with YouTube? But we hit 1,000 subs, guys. That's awesome. I'll be posting the giveaway video tomorrow. We're gonna be doing 2 weeks of the ISW scanners, including the chat rooms. We're gonna be doing 3, and I meant to say the 3 pro accounts for TraderSync are for a whole year. So keep that in mind. For a whole year, you get the pro account. So that's the scanners will be, that's over $100 value in itself. It was $30 a month. So each one of the TraderSync accounts that I'm giving away is a $360 value. So that's over $1,000 in value that would be given away for 1,000 subs. Pretty perfect, right? 1,000 for 1,000. All right, so let's see. So I don't quite get your screenshot here. All I see is you showing me all the stuff down at the bottom, kind of like this. I guess mine pops up a little different. It actually shows everything this way, but I mean, that's going to be all over the place, but it won't allow you to open it? I'm confused. All right, guys. I'm going to actually end the live stream. I'm going to try to help out Joe here for a minute. If you have any questions or comments that we didn't get to, feel free to hit me up on the Discord, Twitter DM. You can leave it down in the comment section below after this processes. Any of those will work. I always respond to everything. You guys know that at this point. Have a great weekend. If I don't see you or talk to you before Christmas, have a Merry Christmas. And if I don't talk to you before the New Year, have a Happy New Year. Enjoy the week. You guys know that I emphasize a lot on family. You know, if you don't really spend a lot of time with your family, you know, find a way to be with your family or at least talk to your family this week. Just let them know that you care, even if you're not on the best of terms. You never know what kind of changes can happen if you don't try. So I always like to just encourage that you see so many people kind of struggling throughout the holidays because of family issues, spin it around. Take a 180 for a year. Put yourself out there. Try to resolve any kind of issues you have. Just be merry, right? It's the whole point of Christmas. Merry Christmas. Be merry. So I'm going to let you guys go. Have a great Christmas. If I don't talk to you, have a great New Year's. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Always appreciate that support. And I'm going to, I guess, try to hit the right button and get out of here. Peace.